Namaskar. Today, recent news I am discussing about Chinese role in COVID, and now they are accused of bribing UN chief and the people who have gone for investigating the Wuhan laboratory and the COVID spread. Okay, now we'll just see the background. We all know very well the corona started in December 2019, and worldwide 70 crore people, 70 crore and 50 lakhs, almost 71 crore people have been affected by coronavirus. It is almost 50% of Indian population if you compare whole world people who are affected by COVID. And the death, $70 lakhs, 10,000 people. That is almost 3/4 of a crore people have died. And in India, the total people affected were 4.5 crore. 4 crore 50 lakhs people, which is something like every 100 people, 3 people were affected. 3% of the total population of India. And the people who have died in India, as per the government data, almost 5.3 lakhs, 5,33,000 people. But in India, I have a doubt because most of the deaths, 100% they are not defined as COVID death. They will say it is other complication. Normally COVID death was more where people have got other complications also, because this is breathing issue. So if you have a breathing issue, breathing trouble, the oxygen circulation through blood circulation comes down. Naturally, the body organ gets weakened rather. So most of the deaths, at least in my view, most of the deaths were classified as other deaths. So the last 2 years, that is 2020 and 21 up to 22 mid, overall death we have to calculate, and earlier normal death we have to remove, and the remaining we have to take it as COVID death only. Okay, I am not going to all those details, but India lost more than 5.5 lakhs people in just 2 years as declared by government due to COVID. And economy was stopped for almost 2 years. Education was stopped for more than 1 year. The world clock was reset backward rather for 1 or 2 years. It is all because of this Chinese Wuhan laboratory originated COVID-19. Now China is accused of bribing the people to have their version of COVID spread. This I used to say in the beginning itself, China is a rogue country controlled by rogue people. They don't follow the international rule of law. China was kind of poverty-stricken country for a longer time. But in the late 90s, that is 1980s onwards, they have gone for liberalization, and America supported China. Even though China is not a democratic country, the opposition were ruthlessly killed or ruined in spite of their track record of killing people who raise objection to the Chinese wrong decision and wrong behavior. Somehow America supported and Western countries supported, and they made China as the production hub. China, another advantage, whoever raises even simple dissenting voice, they will be arrested, and a jail inmate has to work with whatever pay they give. So that China, in the name of correcting people, especially Uyghurs, the Muslims, more than 10 lakhs people have been killed is a complaint. In Tibet, lakhs of people have been killed. That is again report. China is not bothered about international opinion because they have become rogue. Due to this liberalization and making China as the production hub in the late 1980s, the 30 years development has propelled China into world number 2 economy. With, I think their GDP is now more than $20 trillion, I think. More than 17 I saw last. It is something hovering around that thing. Next, just only to United States of America. So they have their foreign exchange as of now is more than $3 trillion. The world highest number of foreign exchange held by any country, single country. China is having. Of course, India has got something like 0.65 trillion. That is 650 billion, 642, 648, 650, something like that. $billion India has. That is something like 1/4 or little less than one, a little more than 1/5. India has got foreign exchange. You can now understand how much money they have. So they are flush with money. They behave very badly with every country. And third world countries, they try to give loan and control them with a loan shark, people used to call. And wolf warrior diplomacy. These are nonsense. China doesn't follow international rule of law. Now, we'll just recap what has happened in 2019. Wuhan lab was doing all these virus related things. It is, they call all nonsense. They say it is all to control this virus related disease, etc. But clandestinely, China creates bioweapon. This is what is my allegation, and it is suspected worldwide. And whether it is a deliberate spread of virus or not, still we are unable to say. But it started spreading from Wuhan laboratory, and the Wuhan city doctor raised the issue that there is a new kind of virus which is spreading faster. In December 2019, he raised the issue and brought out and said there is a new virus, government has to step in. That man was hounded, and within 1 or 2 months he died mysteriously. That is the Chinese style of meeting any dissents or any objections or any opposition. And December itself it started spreading in China, and January first week or second week these fellows have celebrated New Year, and China declared holidays, and all the people worldwide who were working were going back carrying the virus. This is what is the suspicion by international community. And almost every country has got this virus exported from China. From the people who left the country for holidaying for about a week or so. When the people returned, China started lockdown. People are wondering what is happening. and India started its lockdown in March. In the first wave of Covid-19, India could manage very well. People rallied, became the Prime Minister of India, and somehow the complacency has set in within ourselves. The second wave, we were ruined. Many deaths happened in the second wave in India. We lost more than 5.5 lakhs people, mainly during the second wave. First wave, the death was not that much, though deaths were there. That's why. And worldwide, people were raising questions about the origin of COVID, and China was trying to manipulate and arm twist every country by its brute money power and everything. But somehow the chorus for investigating Wuhan laboratory has outweighed Chinese misdeeds. This fellow Xi Jinping finally agreed to allow the people for investigation, but whatever they gave, that was only to be examined by the committee. What is that? They cooked up already. Original data they either destroyed or hidden from, they have totally hidden from the investigating committee. And the UN staff who was expelled now made a statement in UK where the Foreign Affairs Committee is examining and they are doing something. She says it was suspected because China will do carrot and stick policy only. You pay them bribe everywhere, every country. The people who follow China were all benefited personally. Sri Lanka, Gotabaya Rajapakse. And African countries, the country rulers were paid corrupt money. And they will simply allow China, and finally the country will go bankrupt. These rulers were anti-national for their countries, and China used that because they were bothered about their own self-aggrandizement. China uses that. Actually, there should be a law, international law. If government bribes other country, government should be questioned. This is what is done by China. Now, COVID was peaking and China was showing as if they are giving world all way to handle the Wuhan virus, lockdown, and they start some 1.5 years vaccination started coming, and then medicine also started coming. China sent spurious vaccines to many of the countries, which again suffered due to believing China on the efficacy of Chinese vaccine. Not only that, their PPE kit, that personal protection kit, that was also wherever they supplied the third world countries, that is developing countries, it was substandard. They made money out of that also. India developed vaccine, and India ensured 3 times vaccination, the dose 1 and dose 2, and then booster dose for most of the people of India who were required. I think 220 crore vaccinations have been administered on the people of India. See, Indian population is 1.44 crore. 144 crore, sorry, 144 crore. So 240 crore how? It is because 18 years and above people were vaccinated, and they were vaccinated twice at least, plus third time as a booster dose. That is why take it some 100 crore people. 2 times they were given 200 crore, and 50% of the people have been given booster dose also. So that is how these 240 crore people will say, 144 crore people, how they have vaccinated 220 crores dosages. People will ask, because children were not given COVID dose. Okay, India, apart from taking care of Indian population, supplied vaccination and medicine worldwide especially third world countries, developing countries. In some of the countries, India supplied free also. So that is the way of India handling the worldwide problem, and Chinese way of milching money against this COVID suffering also. India never did that. That is the contrast between India and China. And China somehow continues to cover up the Wuhan spread virus, and now it comes out from the team itself. They say these fellows bribed the head of the UN also, and NGOs who were trying to get the details were all this World Health Organization has given those details also to China, and those people are harassed. Some people have been killed. These are all utter nonsense done by world organizations. And China, everybody knows it is a rogue country. Reason, China is not a democratic country. China has got some about 140 crore population, and there is no multi-party election democracy and all. It is only Communist Party, Chinese Communist Party, in which 9.7 crore members are there out of 140 people. There is no other party, only one party. You can join the party and follow their blindly, whatever they say. And most of the Chinese leaders are millionaires and billionaires. Though their salary is very less, they are corrupt, nothing else. These are all allegations doing around in the world. News agencies report and other things. And people cannot say anything against the Chinese government. And these, it is like 7 people out of 100 people rule the country without assessing the will of the people. Because whatever the 7 people, that is Chinese Communist Party, headed by Xi Jinping, whatever that man says, everybody has to follow. So he is not elected. He ensures that there is no dissent against him, there is no opposition against him. If anybody raises even a simple murmur of opposition, they are charged with corruption. Chinese government does all corruptions. Outside world they give this thing. Then they will charge these people who raises an even small objection, and under corruption charge they will be incarcerated in the jail, or they will be killed. This is what is going on. China is Uyghur Muslims. More than 10 lakhs people have been killed is the report from the international news reports. Tibet people, lakhs of people have been killed. And world body is seeing, world countries are just mute spectator. Apart from China's hegemony, their border dispute with every country, including India. Those things I will make a separate video, I will discuss. But it is time. World had woken up to see the design, misdeed of China, and make them realize their mistake and pay for their misdeeds. It is time. Everybody in the world realize the rogueness of the Chinese behavior, and make sure that China reforms, and also apart from paying for whatever they have done to the world people through COVID-19 and other their misdeeds. Thank you.